What role should telcos play in building cybersecurity when it comes to their customers' trust?
Honestly, telcos are the first line of defense because that's where the first communication.
How can telecoms and technology players co-create innovation?
I would say put trust in the center of any innovation, where I make the consumer experience easy, seamless, and safe.
Hello Sobat Telkom, welcome to Talk2Connect, and in this episode we are going to delve deeper into the topic mobile ecosystems and digital trust shaping the future of communication. Why is this important? Because in a hyper-connected world, the future of communications depends exactly on that: trust, innovation, and the strength of partnerships across the mobile ecosystem. And of course, we are here today with one of our experts and leaders who are attending Batik 2025. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Matt Ekram, Strategic Advisor Asia from Mobile Ecosystem Forum. Hello, welcome to Bali.
Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here.
Well, it is a pleasure to be able to, pick your brains, because this, I think, when we talk about future things, right, how things are moving very rapidly and things are transforming very, very quickly.
Yep.
How do you see mobile ecosystems evolving here in Asia? And what roles does MEF play in driving digital transformation for telecom players?
Yeah. So first of all, MEF stands for the Mobile Ecosystem Forum. And we are a global trade association representing about 250 global companies. And we address everything affecting mobile. From the application to the network to the services, innovation, challenges, regulatory. Asia is a mobile first region. I mean, people grew up already using mobile. I mean, and that's very, very true in Asia, especially with the young population. So, and especially with the emerging markets like, Indonesia, Vietnam, India. So they are actually bypassing fixed infrastructure. So in that sense, our role is to bring industry and the ecosystems together.
So as the association, or representing the association, in your view, what are the biggest opportunities for omni-channel messaging when we talk about the future and the way people communicate, how it reshapes the way enterprises and customers, they interact?
So omni-channel is basically the word, multi-channel. You talk, in a layman terms, people communicate through voice, text, SMS, social media. All these are terminologies, that are referring to specific standards and features around the messaging ecosystem. So the opportunities is basically to the challenge and the opportunities, so they both come together.
How do you think telecom operators position themselves? How should they position themselves in an ecosystem that is increasingly defined by these digital platforms that you mentioned before?
Yeah. So it's interesting you asked the question because operators, as you know, Telkomsel, Talent, for example. I mean, they are. We know them as providing connectivity. They are connecting. We buy 5G services, we buy connection, data, voice channel, and SMS. So we buy this bundle from them. So it's a mindset change in a way. Now, you're not selling just a service. You're selling. How do you describe trust? You're selling a confidence. You're selling an image, you're selling
an experience. Yeah.
So they can be the convergence of this trusted communication. So I think in essence, what telecom operators have to do is to move from pure connectivity to this convergence of all this channel into this trusted communication hub.
So how has cybersecurity become a critical enabler of digital ecosystem? What role should telcos play in building cybersecurity when it comes to their customers' trust?
Yeah, honestly, telcos are the first line of defense, because that's where the first communication or the first engagement happen from the user to the network is through the telco. So the telco has to be the first line of defense. There's no doubt that carriers have to implement network level, verified who the sender. For example, if I'm sending you a message or a communication, there has to be a way for the carrier or the operator to make sure that I can trust you and that you are who you are, so that I can have this communication without worrying about being attacked or being fall into some kind of a scam. They have there's no choice except to continuously improve and implement ways to be able to ensure that trust and confidence and security is enabled.
In your perspective, we're talking about innovation, we're talking about regulation, because sometimes there are institutions that are more risk savvy and governments who are perhaps more trusting. How, in your perspective, should regulations and openness towards innovations be balanced?
Oh, good question. And it's not an either-or question. It's actually, the balance comes from self-regulation. So the industry have to come together and agree on a set of principles that regulate themselves. So I think regulators have a role to play, and they should play a role. They should, penalize the bad actors and encourage good behavior, but they have to do it smartly. So I think through partnership and collaboration and the intent to have a good outcome of a regulation, I think that balance can be established. Yeah.
Well, that certainly looks like it takes a lot of group effort.
It is, but I think that there's no other way that you could bypass that, because I think through sometimes we talk about trust. The industry also have to trust each other, to share knowledge, to share best practice, and to adopt them. I mean, I know we compete among industry players compete with each other as well, but there has to be a certain level of trust. And I think things like this, the Batik conference, is also a channel or a means for the players to trust each other.
In your experience, how can telecoms and technology players co-create innovation? Because it's always separated, right?
Yep.
Most of the time.
Yep.
But can they collaborate and empower each other to create and deliver greater value in the ecosystem?
So there is a lot of momentum around this so-called open API. Basically, the sharing of open API across the ecosystem. So there's a couple of things that we can do. So the Open API initiative is one way where telecom and technology players can co-create innovation. We can always have a joint effort in fraud prevention. We can establish pilots and beta or some new releases that are cross-industry, so banks can work with telecom players, can work with fintech to build, to create pilot and program around a specific use case that benefit the consumer. So when we innovate, so back to the basic, collaboration, partnership. When telcos and tech companies innovate together, end users get a more seamless and trusted experience, because then we all learn from each other, and our main goal is to serve the consumer and make the consumer experience easy, seamless, and safe. Yeah.
How do you see MEF's role in shaping Asia's mobile future through collaborations and the dialogue, cross-industry dialogue that is happening in your forum?
Yeah. We are a neutral body. Our goal is to promote the industry, a healthy industry, a sustainable industry. So what we're trying to do is to align, the telecom operators, the regulators, the OTTs, the fintech, brands and enterprise. So by providing a trusted data and hosting regional forums. In fact, our next forum is in Jakarta, October 2nd. With our collaboration with Talin, we will be producing what we call the MEF Leadership Forum Jakarta. And I welcome, the audience to check our website and sign in and attend. If you are in Jakarta in October, please do come. It's free. It's open to members and guests, and please do check out our website at mobileecosystemforum.com and find the registration for MEF Leadership Forum Jakarta in October 2nd.
Oh, it's very, very, very exciting times. Because collaboration is certainly very important. Yeah. And before we get to October, we're in a forum of collaboration here in Bali right now. Yeah. If you could give one call to action for global telco and digital leaders at Batik 2025, what would it be?
I would say put trust in the center of any innovation. So if you're innovating, building something, make sure that you consider, how do I establish trust between myself, the brand or the company or the developer or the app, and the consumer. I think if you achieve that, you have achieved the mission and the objective of that service.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ekram, for your time.
Thank you very much.
Because I know this is a very busy day for you with lots of meetings and appointments. Hope you get to enjoy Bali and Batik 2025.
I hope so too, and thanks again for the wonderful session and hosting this.
Well, it was my pleasure. And of course to you, Sobat Telkom, don't forget to follow our Instagram and social media at Telkom Indonesia. Also subscribe to our YouTube channel at Telkom Indonesia to make sure you don't miss out on all the Talk2Connect episodes. See you at the next episode. Bye.